tracing the painful past of Badagry. It was a quiet road trip out of Lagos as 51 groups of tourists made their way to Badagry, a town steeped in the history and remembrance.
Welcome to Badagry. Oh my boy, I'm sorry. Okay, we're having about Cornerstone with one of our tour guys here. You cannot tell me where I come from with that name, because all tribes in Africa have their native name. I used to tell people that had it been the European, the American, retain you guys your forefathers' name, you don't need to do any DNA before you locate to your people. Our name tell where we come from. If I tell that I'm Kofi, you can trace me to hear their master's name or any name their master will give it to them. And I used to tell people that if you want to destroy a man, you take away his name. The European, the Germans, the Americans, they destroy we Africa, especially our brother and sister that they thoughtfully forced away back to Africa, but because of the evidence of the change.
There was a calm, almost solemn mood in the air. Everyone knew this would be a different kind of experience, one that would take them face to face with the reality of African slave trade history. The first stop was the Mobee Slave Relic Museum, run by descendants of the royal family, once involved in the slave trade. Inside the small but powerful museum, the tourists were shown chains, handcuffs, and tools that were once used to enslave fellow humans. The guide didn't sugarcoat anything. He told the stories of betrayal, pain, and the cruelty of selling one's own people for profit. It was a confronting but necessary moment for everyone.
As you can see, my hand cannot go through. They have to break the board. Now, this one we use on children. While their parents busy working, they join one of children together, they start down so they won't disturb their parents while working. We were told that children were giving out as extra. We see there are like either 200 slaves, they give you 2 children as a gift. Now, this is the look at this. This one is called branding iron. They put this at the fire. What's the name? Brian. Your name. They pierce here. Now, before they will pierce the padlock, they have to draw the tulip out of this mud very well before they pierce the padlock on their mouth. Now it's time to fill the chain because I want everybody to fill the chain. So once you fill the chain, you go out to that side. Okay. Can you play some the chain?
Oh, really? I was not. Wait. Can you look up? Can you look up? Can you look up?
So, oh yeah, one by one. Sorry. Okay. The steel boys on their neck. And the thing is so heavy as you can see. And it used to become the enslaved African. Thank you. Okay. Look at it. You see? Okay. Next. As a slave. And the company that produces this chain is at 111 and 115 at Batman Road in Birmingham, London, named Yet and Co. Yet and Company, HIATT. Therefore, you can Google that and find more answer to that. Now, this is a neck, another neck, and the chain is over 500 years. I've traveled all over the coastal area where the slavery happened in Africa. This is the only place that people have no king, they are colony, they are nowhere, they have no soldier. They forcibly took the place, they took the people where as a slave. But anywhere they got to, if they realize that they have a king, queen, they now use some items. They will be telling you when you go to the next museum, like bottle of whiskey, gin, mirror, in exchange with those crazy chips to exchange with their people as a slave. So children were given out as extra. Now, okay, let me show this. Look at this. This chain will always deform them because it's still long on their neck. Imagine sunshine, the burning of the neck, and they were not well fed as well. You can see how heavy it is. Yes. So you go out, find your way out as you are feeling it. Okay, next, you come. Okay, chain. So this is okay. Find your way out. Next, you donation what they want for your neck. And this is the box for the donation. Okay. Next. Okay. 1,000, yeah, this is a donation box. 5,000. In case you have it, you put down your.
Good job. I was freaking, you nailed it.
Next. Yes. So a lot of people thought the chain is like. Next. All together, 12,000. The book is 5,000. Okay, next. Next. So you want to take well, next. What's your step? What you want to put on the leg? See, it's heavy. So you can see it went through. Yeah. Next. Your name? Andrea. Next. Available? Yes. I see. So yeah, okay. Your tattoo. So beautiful.
Thank you.
What's the name? You're welcome back home.
Yes.
You're looking so beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you know what? Do you know when they say we are apes? Do you look like apes? I'm a human. We are the human being, for Christ's sake. Why don't somebody look at me and say I'm an ape?
We're the originals.
We are so beautiful people.
The original.
From there, we visited the Seriki Williams Abass court, a hunting site once owned by a powerful slave merchant who kept over 40 slaves in cramped, dark cell. The tourists entered the very rooms where men, women, and children were held like property, without air, light, or freedom.
So Ifeanyi 11 was captured at the age of 6 years old at a town in Ogun State. They called the town Jogaorile. So those slave raiders captured the young boy, and the young boy was sold to a place called Dahomey. Dahomey today is not a Benin Republic, but there's a man in Benin Republic that bought it, which is Abass. He bought the young man at the age of 6 years old, and he used the young man as domestic slaves. So the young man spent a lot of years there before the master later resell him to another. But Williams is from Brazil. Williams came all the way from Brazil to Africa to look for slaves. So it was the one that bought this Ifeanyi and took it to his own place in Brazil. So when Williams got to Brazil, Williams was the one who taught him about the languages. That is, the young boy can able to speak Portuguese, Spanish, and Dutch. Then the last one, the master taught him about the business, which is the slave trade business. Young boy and the masters. The agreement is that if you want me to free you, you have to work for me. You have to be giving me more slaves in your own country over there.
Afterwards, the group took a short boat ride across a calm lagoon to begin their final step of the day, the point of no return. They walked silently along the sandy path surrounded by palms, the Atlantic Ocean slowly coming into view. This was the same route thousands of enslaved Africans was forced to take away from their homeland, their families, and their freedom.
Okay, but if you know that you can do the walking for 25 hours,
25 minutes,
25
25 minutes
down to
back.
the point of no.
Yeah.
So, is everybody going? Yeah. You are going. You're not going?
Yeah,
You're going.
25-minute walk.
to create history, we'll be working on the said craft that our forebearers was.
What happened in Guadeloupe, Bahama, Haiti, when the slaves were land, they killed their master, they occupied. Now, the African chiefs, they were selling their own people into slavery. Now came on, what can we do so that the enslaved Africans will be less aggressive? They dug this well over here. So once they reach, they will not fetch this water, they give them to consume. And we were told that once they take the water, some say they are going to lose their memory. Now, ironically, some say this well water is still effective. Some say it's not effective. We don't know how truth is it, because we in the Republic, their own is a tree. We call it tree of memory loss. The women, we go around the tree 7 times, the men 9 times. They forget everything. Till when they reach Europe, they will regain their memories back. Now, let's continue the journey to the point of no. Yeah.
You guys.
Will you volunteer?
How much you need
do what?
To take the water.
I'll do.
doing dirty?
Drink the water.
Standing by the ocean, many of the tourists found it difficult to speak. Some stood quietly with hands on their chests, while others simply stared at the horizon, reflecting on what had just experienced.
Time to load them into the cargo ship. The cargo ship cannot come shore because of the problem of the water, because if the boat should come shore, it will capsize. So the boat will be moored, that will be anchored some few kilometers over there standing. They'll use a smaller boat. They'll be taking them in batches, like the way we came with the boat, into the bigger boat. Now, let's assume that this is the bottom of the slave ship at my palm of my hand. Now, the first slave, they arrange it like standing. They are sleeping this way, face up in the cargo ship. The first slave head will be here. The next slave was to follow head, neck, head, neck. Other enslaved Africans, another deck, and like that up there. Now, majority of this African slaves on top of the deck, when they pee and you are welcome. If you are going this way, you are going to Togo, then Ghana on this water, this way back to Lagos. You are welcome to the French of yeah.
Thank you so much.
But we will return because we are not slaves. We Africans, we are not slaves.
The journey back to Lagos was quiet. No one need to say much. Badagry has spoken loudly through the relics, its silence and its sorrow. It was a day we will never forget.